Oh, do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Thanks, Mustard. Let me know if everything sounds and looks good. I decided to give this IRL thing a shot. If I like it, I'll get some gear for it, but otherwise, so far so good on both counts. Good. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Oop, oop, there we go. There we go. Better hold on it. Anybody need some aloe? Or a succulent treat? Good, still having coffee. Not bad, pretty lazy. I'm enjoying it. Hung out in some streams this morning. Decided, screw it. We'll walk around the gardens for a bit. Got my umbrella just in case. The sky looks a little menacing. According to science, these kind of leaves are not favored by carpenter ants. It's not going to be as pretty as it will like later in the year. This is just starting to get warm, right? But figured it's a good first IRL. Place is really good for Pokemon Go as well. Oh, building something over here. If you see anything that you find interesting, you want me to look at a little closer, let me know. The rose garden. Waiting, you can see it's starting to be green already. I have no idea how long the battery is going to last. But we're going to let the weather or the battery on the phone dictate how long we do this. It's a sign. Pine cones. I don't know what kind of sign it is, but it's a sign. Alright, well. This is the Norfolk Botanical Gardens. Actually, we're going to take this. There we go. Yeah, this is the Norfolk Botanical Gardens. It's right by the Norfolk Airport. Goose poop. Delicious. And a nice bridge in the dumpster. It's a naturally grown dumpster. They're native to this area. What's this tree? Look how tall that is. Norfolk Sister City Diamond Jubilee Tree in honor of Queen Elizabeth II. It's a cypress, a blue Italian cypress. I'd smoke that. The doggy. What we got here? Guide to the Rose Gardens. What we got here? Another sign. So, like I said, Norfolk Botanical Garden. If we're liking this and whatnot, then I might end up getting the membership, which gets me free entry. Back when I would do a lot of Pokemon Go, I had a membership. I'd take a car full of friends in beginning of the year, and I'd be able to get a discount by how much everybody paid to get in for my annual membership. But most of those friendos have since moved away, so haven't really done that a whole lot, and most of the Pokemon events are on my stream day, so. Oh, this view's a little bit cooler. Be really nice once the green comes in. I'm gonna go towards the tall thing over there and give that a gander first. I think they got a cool little kids discovery area on the other side of that fence. There's like, I think, an entrance on either side. Peek in from over here, and then we'll go down that way. Or maybe that way, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Figure it out, you know? So yeah, this is a kids' discovery area. Bunch of stuff for them to like climb on, and little areas that teach about plants and sometimes insects. Another kid play area, huge sandbox. Or as we used to call it when I was growing up, the giant public litter box. There you go, you can kind of see in there a little bit better now. Forgot how nice it is. Just kind of walk around a pretty park. I think I'm glad I picked this one for the inaugural IRL stream. The other park I was thinking about, a little less stuff to look at, you know. Oops. Puppers again. Canadians. I think it's kind of cool. So one of the things they did to help stop urbanization too close to the airport is the airport's kind of jut out on a peninsula, and then this garden is actually next to that airport. So it helps keep what do you call it? Keep from big buildings. There we go. So we got a conifer, Baker Overlook, NATO Tower, like I said, the Wow Garden, Enchanted Forest, and the Butterfly House. I think we're gonna go this way. There are Pokemon stops all over this place. And then you don't get a whole lot of insanity because there's admission. But y'all don't have to worry about that because I paid the price for all of us to come in. Oh, look. Another wild pine cone. All right, I think we'll go over and see what the thing over there is. And then we're gonna go down that way because it's by the water and actually got some green. This time of year, you might as well go find all the green stuff, right? I mean, mustard, you like finding the green stuff any time of the year. Here we go. It is a fountain. Do, do, do. Wah, wah. And y'all can thank Lita from Science for giving me that extra little motivational push last night to actually pull the trigger on this and try my hand at the IRLing. There's a pretty view for you. Oh, and a little hidden bench. Kind of short. Kind of short for a stormtrooper, huh? Kind of nice little sheltered area. Coniferous covering. What was that? Holy cow, my chat stopped scrolling. Dang, you had to pay to come here. I have Pigo, but don't play it as much these days. My best Pokemon is a perfect shadow. Driver, just jump it. What's up, Morgana Freya? Thank you for the happy birthdays. Looks like autumn there. Fish meat. Fish woman. What up, Science? Morgana Freya, thank you so much for your Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. You could have spent it anywhere. You got all those friendos. You chose me. Heck yeah. If you ever find yourself in Ohio, there's a place not far from me called Old Man's Cave. You would love hiking through there, and I'd be happy to come hike it with you. I'll let you know next time I'm trying to pass through Ohio. It happens from time to time. I know middle of the year I'm going to be up in Michigan on the lower peninsula. Maybe I'll end up doing IRL streams from there, depending on how the internet is in the hotel room. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. It does still look like autumn, but that whole polar vortex thing kind of kept things from blooming and starting to green up until more recently. Look at the puppers. Look at the puppers.
Definitely got the cooler in it. So,
that's the thing. So take the dog and lick their heels, and they don't like it. Friendly, but she just has licking.
I will say it does get really pretty in here when the stuff's all actually growing. They do also, yeah, so the admission mustard helps keep the place as nice as it is. And then if you get a membership, they do have like different botany classes and like bird groups and stuff. And you can do it all for free once you're a member. Yeah. So we're over by the butterfly garden, or in the garden near the butterfly house. And then it talks about butterfly host and nectar plants. Some of the plants that they're actually growing here. How does a butterfly find a plant? And the fact that they can see everything. So, and then tips and tricks for you to be able to do your own butterfly garden or make it butterfly friendly. And a QR code you can scan at the bottom for more information. Oop. Gotta keep my hand up. And there's a butterfly bench. You know science, I bet you Munchie would love to run around in the garden here. And if you haven't yet, science, I recommend you and Lita check out Longwood Garden. I think that's over, it's over like the PA, Jersey, Delaware area. We've talked about on Science's stream about the monarch migrations and how they like the milkweed plants, and they're giving you tips on how you can cultivate your garden for them. The summer breeding area, overwintering areas. See, we're right now over in this area, which is spring breeding area. It was noted that the eastern population of monarch butterflies had declined over 80% in the past 20 years. Habitat destruction is the leading cause of this decline, with advent of genetically modified crops resistant to herbicide. Widespread weed eradication along corn and soybean fields has resulted in the loss of habitat that included milkweed, the monarch's only host plant, along with various nectar plants. So science says that it has been telling us that a lot of that has to do with the increasing light pollution that the fireflies are started having trouble finding each other. So it's hard for them to breed, so it's hard for them to keep their population numbers up. And yes, you're going to hear a lot of science says while I'm here, because science is a great educational stream to chill out in and learn a lot about entomology, amongst other things. Ooh, he's a butterfly maze. It's kind of cheating. They give you the answer right here. That wind rustling through these the tall grass, one, makes me feel like a Pokemon trainer, right? The tall grass. And two, so peaceful. It gives me the brain tingles. Oh no, we found a dead end. I didn't cheat well enough. I know here's one of the bushes for them. And over here is going to be two more plots of butterfly friendly flora. I think I'm supposed to go this way. But yeah, I do miss seeing droves of them. There's another one of those little pockets for the butterfly friendly fauna or flora. Yeah, flora. Oh, there we go. Switch hands for a moment. I'd like to give everyone tuning in a heads up. I do not have any IRL streaming gear. This is my first ever real attempt at IRLing. So please be patient with the shakes of the camera and the ups and downs and all that jazz. Also, your boy is medicated with allergy meds. You are doing great. Don't apologize. I'm not really apologizing as much as I'm just giving the heads up out to the universe, right? I ain't no professional when it comes to this. There's no one of them pockets. So all I'm doing is requesting patience. I do think it's really cool how they did this all in the shape of a butterfly. And then we can see over here, this is what they call the butterfly house, where they like do breeding and stuff for the butterflies. Well, not necessarily like the breeding, but right, like they raise butterflies in there. Oh, silly people. Watch out for the gremlins in the haystacks. I'm more concerned about the wild Pokemon hopping out. I don't have my Pikachu on me. Throw up your phone, or throw your phone up in the air really high so we can get a top-down view of the butterfly maze. Thank you. Another cheater. They were like, I'm done with this maze. Oh. Cool. This one's got a little... So, hybrid salvia. Not green yet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are committed to the maze at this point. I don't know why someone would just be like, nah, done. I'm going to guess that this patch is annuals that they haven't planted yet. And that patch is perennial. But it don't have its stick to tell us. It's probably more of that salvia. Ha! Hold it. I will take this moment to also point out we are raising money for a charity known as Stack Up. All about mental health through video gaming. While this isn't my normal video game stream, it is good for a mental health break. So, unless you were saying you want a bird's eye view of it, there you go. We made it all the way around. We walked in there a little bit, came back out. There you go. You don't want to smoke the salvia. Bad idea. Fair. Birdie, birdie, dinosaur. Dinosaur, birdie. I like how the exit of the maze is the butterfly spot. It's also the entrance. Well, aha. And then they also, here you go, the butterfly life cycle, right? Egg, up to 5 days. Larva, up to 2 weeks. Full grown, turns into a chrysalis for up to 15 days. Comes out as a butterfly. So like 6 weeks to get yourself a butterfly from an egg. Caterpillars turning into butterflies is one of the craziest things on this planet. Yeah, one of. I agree. More puppers. In case you couldn't tell, this park is in fact pet friendly. Oh, look at this. That's cool. So you can apparently adopt a butterfly. First year donor has the caterpillar, so that's most of them. Second year is the monarch. And the third year is that other butterfly. That's cool. So, summer butterfly house. This will start opening up in June. $100-foot wide, 30-foot long, 30-foot wide. 18 species of native butterflies and moths. The plants featured were selected to provide nectar for the adults and food for the caterpillars. Look for eggs marked by a small red ribbon tied to the plant. Caterpillars, chrysalises, and adult butterflies. Additional butterflies are released in the house every week. And then some of the different species. Oh, so as the eastern tiger is, swallowtail is the year 3 donor marker. Do you have any of those caterpillars in that imitate? Oh no, I don't think they do. They're sticking with mostly native species. I don't know if they're native to Virginia. I'll come over here. So they do sometimes, like in peak season, they'll have like shuttles to take you to the different parks or parts. But I can show you here on this map. It's a decent size. We started over here. Airport overlook. Yep. Tram spots, right? So this is actually technically a tram. #1 butterfly house in America. Thank you for voting. How it all began. And then again, there's a QR code for if you were trying to learn how to make butterfly friendly habitats in your area. Red buckeye. Oh, starting to get life. And I want to say that is probably for carpenter bees. Not entirely certain. Another puppy. Like I said, pet friendly. They got the poo bags. Got some flowers going on here. It's a magnolia. Yeah, oh, that one's starting to emerge. Mount Fuji cherry tree. Starting to get its little buds on it. Tulips. Should I say more tulips? Not going to try to pronounce that. But it's still got its little seed pods on from last season. Let's see what we got here. Besides a failure to communicate. That's right, they have a kitchen garden. I forgot. Another magnolia? Yep. It's a star magnolia. Life beginning. Signaling for pollinators already. Look at that. Leaves aren't even out yet. Shocking part about this is that they fit all of this on a ship. Just smile. So I think this is the potager kitchen garden. They grow like herbs and such. Yep. They kind of set it up like more of like what a colonial garden would have been like. So the stuff that they grow here for the most part is going to be edible. Stuff that you can cook with, and they'll do like classes and stuff sometimes with talking about that, right? They base it off of the Victory Garden. And then You can learn more about Victory Garden and their conservation efforts around that. Dwarf plum. What up, bud? How you doing? Streamer formerly known as Barb. We're walking around my local Norfolk botanical gardens. I am out here touching grass. This is my first time trying to do an IRL stream. Exciting, isn't it? See all the doggos. It's pet friendly. See all the cool plants as they're starting to come out. Little like nesting stations. I figured this is a great way to celebrate my birthday. Take a little bit of a mental health stroll through the grass. Ooh, chives. Big fan of chives. I haven't seen you touch grass once, just saying. Touch. Touch. I am not barefoot. Thank you for the happy birthdays. How you doing, Cindy? Oh, that looks interesting. Let's see what the plaque says it is. It also has a tag on it. Look at that. Crepe myrtle. Nice. Oh, there's a sign. Let's see what the sign says. But I'm surviving. Oh, I understand that. Another magnolia, another star magnolia. This one's got less flowers already out, but it's still got buds. Apparently that's just a power box. Okay, not a sign. I'm wearing my leather jacket in case it was raining, and now it feels like a real bad idea. I wasn't walking through the gardens. I don't know what you're talking about. Tiny puppers. Okay. Grain and hop garden. So the brown stuff behind the trees over there is apparently the grains and hops. Let's head over to the children's garden. I wish I could come see British Columbia, Canada someday. This isn't Canada. This is oh wait. Oh, you wish I could? Oh well, you know, I retire next year, and I definitely want to start being able to travel around and see some folks. And that's part of why I finally pulled the plug on or the trigger on actually trying out an IRL stream. I'm very impressed with the quality of this, to be honest. Audio is great, visual clarity is great. Don't hear any wind in the mic, no buffering. Can't ask for much better for an IRL stream. Heck yeah. I mean, if you remember Yenneferka from Wanz's stream, I got to meet her in Poland. So we are here. Oh, the Enchanted Forest. Looks like we could hit up the kids thing. On the way out. 3 is down there. Check out the Wild Garden and loop back around there. So yeah, let's go to the Enchanted Garden. Or the Enchanted Forest. Definitely God's country. Heck yeah. More IRL streams? Alright. I can look at making it more of a thing. And since y'all are enjoying it, I can look into getting maybe some gear for it, at least like a gimbal. Gotta come back here when everything is in bloom. Alright. Yeah, sure. I'm down to clown. I'm glad to hear that the like I said, I literally just have my Samsung S25, and that's it. That's all I'm streaming with. And around Christmas time, they generally do a walk-through, drive-through light display through here as well. That's kind of neat. Oh, shade feels nice. I want a 25 or an S25 Ultra, but not willing to pay what they want for one. Yeah, I just did the thing with Brain. T-Mobile, where I pay every month. On my phone bill. Oh. Nope, come back. There we go. I have an S24 Ultra. Love that premium. Yep. No visitors beyond this point. Only garden staff. Closed for maintenance. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap back around this way. It's really cool to hear about that. You don't hear the wind because it isn't exactly a non-breezy day. Should look into buying a gimbal mount for... Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I know. I just, like I said, I wanted to see what kind of interest I had for people watching me walk around out in nature and touching grass. So this is just my tester, if you will. Oh, taking off that jacket was a good idea. I'm going to flip this around to my face for a moment. I'm going to set this down and tie my leather jacket around me. I don't like to have to swaddle things in my arms if I don't have to. But yeah. Boop. Back over this way. There we go. That'll probably help me stabilize it a little better as well. Squirrel! There's their greenhouses. You can see they're starting to get stuff ready. Big pointy pine needles. Fungi, maybe? Virginia State Champion Tree. Keteleria. My house green as we speak. Cheers, bud. You were gonna do some work, and then you got high. If they didn't want me walking around this part, they wouldn't have signs. Oh, this is their coniferous forest. Leyland cypress. And then some delicious berries. Wilford Chinese holly. Don't eat it. It's a holly berry. Oh, all these chives. Look at all those chives. I speak chive. So there you go. That's the hops and grains garden. Doesn't look very hoppy at the moment. There's the Victory Garden we came from, but this way to the Enchanted Forest, which is a dead end, a loop around, if you will. There's a corgi off in the distance. Nothing ever does look enchanting this time of year. I don't know. I like seeing like all the little buds, right? Like, look at this. They're getting ready. Push out some of it's green. Still next to some of its old seed pods from previous season. It's a sugar gum. Not here. Rained for 4 months. Oof. Oh, look at the puppers. Look at them just lay there. Definitely a dog person. I mean, it's not that far off from when it was snowing. We're gonna go see what that plaque is, because we've already walked through this area. I think those are markings to see where they're gonna trim her. I don't know though. It is a sawtooth oak. And that plaque says nothing. Oh, some information about composting. That's cool. But I am glad. But I am in the BC rainforest, so yeah. I mean, fair. Some kind of ritual setting. I don't know. And all the plants are numbered. Oh, okay. Maybe it'll explain it over here. Let's compost. What? By definition, compost is nutrient-rich, decaying organic material. It's a balanced mix of water, oxygen, and carbon-rich brown materials mixed with nitrogen-rich green materials. decomposed by various bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms. As materials are added to the compost pile, aerobes, microorganisms that require oxygen, break down waste materials. Up to 90% of these helpful decomposters are bacteria. The rest are various types of fungi. The microorganisms and large creatures such as pill bugs and worms excrete important chemicals like nitrogen and phosphorus. Plants need these nutrients to grow. And so they're showing grow the plant, eat the plant, put your leftovers in the composter, and then decompose. Municipal solid waste that is buried in a landfill does not receive oxygen. It will produce methane, a greenhouse gas that is 72% more powerful than carbon dioxide. A compost pile, on the other hand, undergoes aerobic decomposition because it is exposed to oxygen either by turning it or through the use of worms and other living organisms. It produces carbon dioxide instead of methane. All right, let's let my eyes adjust for a moment. Oy. And here we see an informational sign grazing in its natural habitat. We have composter bins. Gotta have some great soil for plants. Yep. And so there's some of their compost. And then they have here some various examples of composters, right? Your small batch composter and vermi composter for tight spaces. Rolling bin, the composter that travels around your garden. And they say that you can just start the process by adding a spadeful of garden soil, manure, or finished compost. Wire bin. Pyramid style, because there's a tiny pyramid at the top, I guess. Another tumbler example. When starting a traditional compost pile, make sure your pile is exposed to the earth beneath it, allowing the existing organisms in the soil to access your pile. Add a layer of sticks and wood chips as a base, and a layer of green material and brown materials. To speed up decomposition and reach a finished final product faster, stir your compost pile to provide airflow and regulate temperatures. Start with every other week and use a pitchfork to mix materials into each other. Keep in mind, the ratio to keep in mind is 1 to 3 to 1 part green and 3 parts brown. Compost should be kept moist, not wet, similar to a wrung out sponge. Keep in mind that the more sun a pile gets, the faster it will dry out. If compost is regularly turned and kept moist, you end up with rich, dark brown compost in as little as 6 weeks. And don't put meat in it or your pet waste. Stick up. No bones either. Yup. Oh, there's an apiary. An apiary over there. You can see they're buzzing away. Talks about how they use the sun to navigate. 35% of the world's crop production is dependent on insect pollinators like bees. 55,000 miles traveled, 2 million flowers visited, get you 1 pound of honey. Hid and raised honeybees since the time of the ancient Egyptians. No fat, no dairy. So we're not going to get super close to the hives, but you can see this first one, super busy. This next one's got a few coming in and out. And the last one, maybe still hibernating. Who knows? Only the shadow knows. Caution, honeybees ahead. I would imagine, Mustard, that bones don't break down, and putting like fats and stuff in it would attract wild animals that are going to start digging through. Oh, that's good on the eyes. Okay. That was a big doggo. We are also officially over an hour with 66% battery remaining. So not bad at all. What up? Howdy, howdy. Let's get into a shadow where I can see. Neil! How we doing, bud? We're walking through the garden today. You missed it. I touched grass already. So this is the Enchanted Forest. Oh look, they have accessibility things. That's kind of cool. Explore and find. So we got the cherry bark oak and native plants, deciduous, view of Lake Whitehurst, perennials, white oak, and then the hybrid. And then they've got like a little pamphlet, which I'm not going to pull out because, well, it's hard to show that. Wild habitat. This area is home to a rich diversity of wildlife, including some important but non-aggressive snakes. And Sundays are the only days the dogs are allowed in here, which today is that day. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna go off to one of the side trails here. I feel like that's a good idea. Oh. Mr. Brain! Well, I loved the Enchanted Forest until you said snakes. Yes, snakes help keep the rodent population down. Yo, buddy, what up, Oz? We're out here in the real world today. But you just also, I mean, I've been here several times in the past, and I haven't really seen a whole lot of the snakes. And they do have like non-side trails like this through that you're going to be even less likely to see one. But yeah, look at that. If you go down to the woods today, you're sure to get a surprise. Fish is doing an Only Fins in the woods. Yes, sir. Only Fins live stream. Azalea. Oh, we got some pretty flowers. So. You got all the birdies flying around up there. Let's see here. So this is a Una Camela from China. And it's already getting flowers on it. And nice and green. Oh, look at this. You got some kind of vine plant that's already starting to turn green. Where you take all your dates. No, just this one. It's special. It's probably been like 2+ years since I've been to the gardens. And Mustard says, good morning to you there, Mr. Oz. Whew. It's a tunnel. Yeah, this is my city's botanical garden. So they've got like all kinds of plants from all over and different areas curated. They've got art in different places. A whole bunch of like little signs that tell you about species, either plant or animal. Sorry, this ain't a garden, it's a woods at best. So this is the enchanted forest in the garden. So we'll go over this way for a moment because it gets us closer to the water. I don't know if you can hear that now. There's a plane taking off. Yes, normal gardens have plants in them, not bricks. Sounds like a big jet taking off out there. I tell you what. See the nice water feature. Yes. This is where your pine needle bedding for your gardens comes from. That one plant. Groundwork first, then plants, Mustard. Don't worry, Oz. You stick around long enough, you'll see, like over there, it starts to open up. We're just taking off a shaded path for a moment because Fish was walking around with his leather jacket on for too long. And it's almost 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I will also say that the sky apparently wants me to not have to end in a hurry, so I'll be in and out when possible. Heck yeah, bud. Yeah, you see, things are starting to get green. Morgana, Cindy. It's 5 p.m. kids dinner and baths to sort out before school in the morning. That's cool. Look at that. The tree, the red bay tree growing in the stump. Green is good, but I don't want to see... well, you probably won't yet this time of year. So... yeah, right up to the water line. Sumac tree. Holly leaves on the ground. They left little stumps for people to be able to sit on or to just biodegrade. Look at all the fungi doing their job, reclaiming the wood. All its mycelia. Great place to do 420. Big 420 in this area. 420 spot. They did legalize it in my state now. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna go ahead and just call it a penis plant. Oh, there you go. See, there's the airport. If you can hear the jet noises in the background, that is why. It took off because it got a lot quieter. Or it changed directions. Oh look, graffiti. Sorry, tree. American holly. Get away from me. American holly. Oh yeah, mustard. Happy birthday to your grandmother. Heck yeah, happy birthday to your grands. Alright, we're gonna walk. I'm kidding, I'm not that dumb. Apparently that green thing down there is a live oak. It's not this tree, because it's not at this one, it's over here. At work, but wanted to drop by and wish you a happy birthday, cutie. Thank you, yeet yeet. We're just doing some little bit of touching grass and wandering around the woods / garden here at the local botanical. But I appreciate you stopping in. Also enjoy your lurk, Aussie. Take care of them kids. Oh, there we go. Mr. and Mrs. Duck chilling out. Look at that, they're watching the plane. And the little boat. Grass. I'm still in Alan's basement. Well, you know, it's my birthday, so Alan let me wander around the flora for a little bit. It makes me feel like home, except it's more maple and less of, I think, sumac. I'm not a hundo P. That's a great birthday gift. You know it is. think those are woodpecker holes. And probably some kind of like termites or something that lives in there. I don't know. Ain't nothing swarming around the base of it, so you don't want to get near that. Oh, that's poison sumac. Mustard. There's two different types. Poison sumac, yes, stay away from. The regular or the non-poisonous variety is fine. People make tea out of it. Let's see if we can see anything. It might still be too early. Well, probably still too early in the season. I'm blaming this on science, by the way. Oh, didn't know there were two types. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're still seeping. Oh, there was a little ant. I don't know how well you can see him. Huh. Look at that. See, the underbrush is starting to come back to life. There's this tall boy. Willow oak. You can see it's not so voluntarily shed some of its limbs. Howdy. We were letting some canines pass. So peaceful now. Pretty colors. You could make that into a giant slingshot. And just to prove that we're not far from civilization, you can see buildings over there. And then you can also see houses that fish could never afford. Well, maybe someday, but currently, no. Because I imagine real estate that overlooks a nice botanical garden like this doesn't come cheap. Nature happening before our very eyes. Look at that. You see where various insects have caved and tunneled and such. Some more color. Up, up, up. More trees. And more brush. And more water. And it looks like we got some more signs now that we're back on the main thoroughfare. What do we got here? Treats to birds, conservation actions. Habitat loss is the greatest threat to all birds, so large that the devastating impacts cannot be quantified. It eliminates birds' food sources, shelter, and nesting sites. This results in population decline, range reduction, and even local extinctions. Thankfully, conservation can begin in your own backyard. Leading causes of human-related threats to birds: cats, windows, cars, poison, and wind turbines and oil pits. So they're saying shelter, right? Grasses, dead trees, deciduous and evergreen shrubs, native berries and seeds from perennials, native insects, and then a source of water. Immediate conservation access or actions: eliminate pesticides, keep cats indoors, use reflective bird tape and decals on windows, turn off lights at night. And turning off lights at night will also help with our favorite lucibuphagin users, the lightning bug, the firefly. And then Lita was teaching us about mushrooms last night. Or teeth that spores are produced. So there you go. right? The mycelia to the young mushroom, pushes out spores, creates hyphae, spores enlarge. That'd be cool to find. You should ask science if it's really true that one bird in a hand is worth two in the bush. So there's a streamer called Songbirder who actually is the bird scientist that we would probably want to ask. But I hear science says that an ant queen in the hand is worth two on the Instagram ant black market. Look at that. I love this, right? You have the dead stump from a cut down tree, but it's got all that ivy growing on it, right? You got all the tulips growing around it. Like, life will make a way. I don't know how they want me to get to that sign, but there's a sign. Let's see if I can. There's a sign right there. That's silly. I do think it's really nice that they have this air quotes enchanted forest, because there are a lot of people in this neck of the woods that wouldn't really have easy access to a forest. I mean, this is right there in their own neck of the woods, you know? What do we got here? So these are the hybrid azaleas. Gotcha. Yeah. Should have left the jacket in the car. Don't go that way. It's bad, okay? That way's fine. It does seem as if it's enchanted cones. Yes, that way is a little too enchanted. Yeah. I do like that it does seem that they try to keep a lot of the dead trees in place till they're a problem. For any of those of you who are just tuning in or haven't seen it yet, proof that I can touch grass. Bam. More bird stuff. Birding basics. Huh. Look at all the string. My mother's favorite bird is a hummingbird. And we've talked about it before on Science Stream, the cowbird, and how it leaves its egg in there to make other birds take care of it. Nice, peaceful walk. More water and houses I can't afford. Another puppers.
I don't know. It's some sort of like.
There's a white oak. The mighty oak. I'd identify that tree for y'all, but it's got me stumped. But it does have some nice fungi growing on it, helping it become part of the biomass living. I can tell we're starting to get towards the exit again of the Enchanted Forest, because it's a wood chip path instead of just dirt. Hello, decomposing tree. Oh, yep. We're back out of the forest again. And now, when Ozzy comes back from being AFK, you can't say, that's a forest, that's not a garden. Trex? Oof, maybe I should sneak my car in here. What do you guys think? That stuff's expensive. Our local pollinators again. Just gonna cut through. We're gonna go through that nice little archway area there. Oh, this is the hop garden. Okay, this is where they run the stringers up over the poles here to let hops grow. It's just not, there yet. Okay. Finders keepers. Exactly, Mustard. Ooh, wind chime. All right. Sorry, there's kids. I don't want to necessarily throw people's young ones on the live stream without asking first. There we go. Oof. Hi, son. Oh. More chitlins. We'll go this way again. We're tightening up the jacket again. That's cool. That flowering tree over there? Heck yeah, it is. There you go. All of that pollen. All right, we got a sign coming up here. Put an asterisk on the day. Boom. Done. Check. We're back here at the sign. So let's see here. NATO Tower, Renaissance Court, Wild Garden. Cool. We'll go this way. We're about to not be able to, easily, there we go. We'll not be able to easily avoid chitlins getting in the picture. But kind of want to show off this area as well. It's the Children's Adventure Garden. You got a bunch of different names, people that helped sponsor it. And then this cool little tunnel. Don't ride bikes, and it's closed at 4:30. So you got this big map. And then like here, we'll go up here. Let's see the better view. Compass. So during the summer, water actually shoots out around there for the kids to play in. And they've got like climbing stuff, and there's the little tunnel we just went through. So here you go, a little bit better view. So those grates are definitely then where the fountain drains back down into. And there's the caterpillar thing with vines and stuff growing on it. Red. X. Texas Ranger plant, apparently. Isn't that a twist? Get it? It's a twisted stem. P. American plume. With this, where the little sticks that are almost like spikes. Raspberry and peepers and poppies. Aye, puppy. Several different types of bees and what they pollinate. Plant pals for pollinators. Oh, sign over there says please touch. You don't see that very often, do you? Blueberries. Pollinator garden. Oh, lemon balm is a real nice herb if you have the time. Oregano. They made grapes G and curry C. Oh, and then there'll be rosemary over here when the weather gets right. Bay leaves. So there you go. This is what a bay leaf plant looks like. It's already nice and green. You can see they've got a graft onto it as well, a few. That's kind of cool. Well, now I know where I need to come for my fresh bay leaves. Olive tree. Bamboo. Yeah, isn't it? Dwarf zebra grass. That's also really cool. I bet that's a water feature. Sometimes a vegetable is a fruit. Try to identify the plant part you eat in each picture. Then check your answers at the bottom. Flower. Stem. Fruit. Fruit. Seed. Root. leaf, and that's seed pod. I don't know why it's not on any of them. Sillies. Goji berries. Nice. Banana. Probably maybe that, I think. More bamboo. Which type is this one? Cushion mum. And then look at this. Where your food originates from. Blueberries and chocolate, Central America. Same thing with corn and peppers and strawberries. South America. Chocolate, peppers, pineapples, strawberries, tomatoes, potatoes, macadamias from Australia, apples from Europe, coffee and melon from Africa, and then more apples, banana, garlic, lemons, lime, Southeast and East Asia, and then melons and peaches from East Asia. That's cool. Oh, that's neat. That's what season you grow your different foods. So if you wanted to grow one of those, know your season. Y'all hungry? You want some noms? You know, it's funny that they tell you about using a rainwater collector, rain barrel. It's not allowed to do that in this state, or at least this town. Ooh, during the summer, or when it's warm enough out, and they're not worried about polar, this actually glides on water and spins around. Oh, and look at that. A nice herb garden. You got that herb, son. Japanese fiber banana. But then it's got a fig sign on it. So who knows? It looks like the banana stems that we saw over there. That's where we're headed to. Oh, here you go. March. Not sure what I'm doing, but I did it.
This is where the water comes.
Oh, look, some dinosaur eggs. Ooh. Stay on the paving. Prickly pear lair. Not touch. Sign over here. Pollinator friendly garden. Frog bog. An American wetland. Squirrel. What do we got here? Possums. Huh, there's the source of it. So when I next plan on coming here, doing like an IRL with y'all, this will be a lot more green. Who knew what that bird is? Huh? Frog bog at the start. And where it was like a few years ago. And then for the kitties, right? I'm not going to do that. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Can't wait to see it in bloom. Heck yeah. It's going to be silly. We're going to use this little walk path. Hummingbirds. Grains plains. What we got here for this little sign? Pollinator friendly. Goat! So this is all about the different grassland plants. And here's a cool piece of art we're going to take a look at. And then loop back around. But you can see here they've definitely made it so it stays nice and marshy. Oh look, a turtle. Mr. Turtle, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? Also, howdy Sky. It's hard for me to see some of the chat names. Explaining what an ecosystem is. Showing that we're here and this is what Lake Whitehurst around it. Oh. So that's kind of cool. Oh, it's all like recycled stuff too. See the colander and the cans, bottle caps, like plastic soda bottle caps, the bottoms of them, old wires for the possum here, Halloween decorations, pieces of flip-flop. That's really neat. Is that a Steve Irwin action figure on it? I like turtles. Yeah. So all of it is recycled bits. Let's see what this little sign here says. Angela Hasseltine Pawsey Watershed Tower is what it's called, I guess. Reclaimed plastics. a swirling sculptural interpretation inspired by the plants and animals of the freshwater watershed surrounding Norfolk Botanical Garden, which is where we're at, which connects to the larger Chesapeake Bay watershed, crafted entirely from discarded plastic waste diverted from landfills. Plastic pollution threatens all watersheds and the life they support. Artist Angela Pazzi used this very material to build the sculpture, urging us to reflect on our choices and reduce our impact on the environment. This piece is from Re-Up It, a new endeavor from the washed ashore artist. Scan code to learn more. We'll take a little more look at it after the folks over there are done, but some of the different parts of it here, right? The possum we already looked at. There's a dragonfly. The big Bertha, the blue catfish, built from bowling pin, buoy, flip-flops, detergent bottles, then covered in hoses and car bumpers. Her mouth is an old dog toy, pill bottles, and toothbrushes. The snake, spotted spoon, a slotted spoon. Stripes are made from old placemats and crab nets. Oh, the hair is curlers, a welcome mat, and white Christmas lights. And then dragonfly, the egg-laying scene is made from old shoes, plates, iridescent purses, soda can tabs, and beads. Train tracks, dinosaur and frog toys, bottle caps, soda cans, shoes and boots, car bumpers, lighters, Christmas lights, toothbrushes, buttons, bicycle tires, and the strainers and hoses, huh? Your favorite hidden detail, and share it with your friends or tag us on social media. So, now there's kids over there. There's a lot of cool stuff on it. We'll go down by the water for a little bit, and then we'll come back up to look when we're not a lot of creepy people in this world. I don't need to help feel. What's the temperature where I'm at? In the upper 70s, lower 80s. But I think Morgana Freya could do this. There's the hoses. Oh yeah, the flip-flop pieces, and then the shoe treads, comb. Huh. The Yeti climbing the shoe, like tree stuff. There's lighters and the toy guns. Alright, sorry about that. Someone was giving me a birthday call. Oh, buckles. There's the Christmas lights. The dino toys. Bumpers. Oh. cut out little fish, and then hubcap, some old Legos. That's cool. Oh, look. Cricket's being turned into dinner. Oh, and there's the dragonfly. Yeah, that's neat. Yeah, thank you, Dolce. Look at the duckies. Hey, we saw those two earlier. What up, duck? Very wetland forest area. Okay. Which way woods? An American deciduous forest. I'm gonna check out this rotting log. Look closely at a rotting log and you'll often find an ecosystem at work. Animals and insects in the bark. Provides a nursery for many insects that lay their eggs. Some amphibians like toads and salamanders even live basement between the log and the moist soil. Colorful and interesting shaped fungi grow. Garden ferns and other plants grow on the log. Different stuff that eat it. And then the earthworms that help break it down. Look at that. Oh, I just noticed that those animal things actually have their paw print underneath. Please don't touch, move, or harvest from the inoculated logs. Okay. Do we have a sign that explains what an inoculated log is? Nope. Okay. Oh, wait, here we go. Inoculated logs. An inoculated log is a hardwood log or stump that has mushroom spawn. The mycelium or fungal threads of a specific mushroom variety inserted into drilled holes, which are then sealed with wax. This creates a controlled environment for the fungus to grow and produce mushrooms. Example of mushrooms that are great for inoculated logs include shiitake, oyster, lion's mane, and turkey tail. As you explore which way woods, look for these inoculated log symbols to see our logs in action. So all of those specks is where they drill holes and put mushroom spores in. That's cool. That's a pretty fungus. Nice and red. Dolce likes red. Prickly pear lair again. Yucca and prickly pears. Yucca. I recognize that from video games. Toidle. Water crossing. Snake herb. You can see how much it's changed over the years. Even with it being not growing all the way yet, it's still some of it, a lot of it like dormant or just coming back to life. It's a lot more vibrant than its early days. Prickly pear flowers. Who likes tequila? There's some agave. Two different types. You got your rough agave. You got your generic agave. Some red yucca. Roadrunner. Don't tell Wild E. Wild E. That's a bore. Featured pollinator, lesser long-nosed bat. That's cool. Plant for wildlife. Jackrabbit. Man, that's a big old yucca. But if I went up and punched it, I'd get some nice bundles of fiber. This would spit water at us too, if it were on. And that leads straight over to the exit. Okay, no sign telling me what that's for.
This is a trail. I know. Going behind the trail. Oh, this is behind the trail.
Honeybees need flowers.
We're supposed to be exploring. I know.
Make your home here, ladybug. Flutter by, butterfly.
You didn't come up here very smelly up here. It's all like whoa! No, Mommy, this is actually a place that you
Bug alley. Europe Passport Garden. I've been up here. I've been over here. And over there. I've been up here. I've been here. No, wait, over here. Lemon time. What is this? Oh, it's like Mediterranean fan palm. Here you go. Here's some rosemary. Looks like it's starting to come in nicely. Oh, this is super nice to walk on right here. Oh, I hadn't even realized that we were right next to the caterpillar. So here's some neat stuff, right? Australian passport garden. So they show you the different biomes. Didn't point it out in the last sign, but and then it shows globally what kind of biomes you're looking at. So then you got this supposed to be, I guess, a sedimentary rock face. This place is pretty big. Yeah, that's a decent size. Sand pit. Okay. That is exactly what I thought it was. And we're gonna just cut over here to show they got like the mud hut remake, which surprisingly doesn't smell very good. Who'd have thought, right? The nice mud walls, wad fence, and a giraffe, which I have a friend that doesn't believe in them. He thinks all giraffes are fake. Oh, this is kind of cool to look at. See, and then it goes from there around back over to there. And then where the little fountains come out for the kids to play in during the summer. I mean, Mustard, I've been going for 2 hours and almost 16 minutes, and there's still stuff we haven't gotten to. And my battery's down to 20%, so we'll see if I can get us to the overlook and before I have to end stream. So we're heading over towards Renaissance Court and NATO Tower. Oh, they do also have an exploration station for the Kinter, and during the summertime they have a snack shack that's open up over here as well for the kids. I like all that contrast. Hey man, you've already gone way longer than I was expecting. Well, you know, I figured if the weather held out and the battery did too, that I would go ahead and keep going. But, like I said, I'm down to 20%, which, honestly, this lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to. There you go. What is a conifer? Oh, so those, the little berries are juniper berries that are on those. Okay. That's cool. I used to play with those as a kid. So that way is going to be where all like there's a bunch of cool architecture and some cool sculptures and stuff are. But we're going to head over to this Blue Star Memorial Byway, a tribute to the Armed Forces of America, Tidewater District, VA Federation of Garden Club, National Gardens Club, Inc. Whew. Bee, go pollinate, bee. Whew. See what this sign is, and we'll go up there, get a nice panoramic of this place, and then sign off. Gardens of NATO Tower. Several European Mediterranean natives such as rosemary, lavender, wormwood, which is a good for keeping bugs away. Jerusalem sage and lamb's ear. And I notice that up there in Cali, we got our Mediterranean biome and then semi-arid. From the Americas are also represented. Yucca, ghost plant, red yucca, strawberry tree, post-construction terrain of NATO Tower presented many challenges. The soil is sandy but compacted, and the planting depths are mostly shallow. These concerns, along with full sun exposure, coupled with the influence of heat-retaining concrete walls, meant that the plants going into this new garden had to be tough. Drawing inspiration from arid biomes around the world, the direction became clear. Plants native to the Mediterranean and semi-arid biomes of the world, as well as the sandhills of the mid-Atlantic region, are highly adapted to lean soil, extreme heat, and drought. All right. Oh. Here we am. NATO Tower. So you can get an idea of the scale of this place. So we were exploring around that way a bit. As we came in down from that direction. Because that's where I parked at over there. Right? So we covered a good chunk of that. But then there's also that way. You can see one of the statues way down there. That white bit. Bam. Some people that were doing a photo shoot with their babies. A nice and close tree. Can't really see a whole lot, but there's garden that way. And that way. And then back by where we started. So let's flip this camera around to my face. We're not going to do that. There we go. No, yes, yes, no. There we are. So thank you all for showing interest and coming along for this fun trip around the gardens. Kind of forgot how nice it was to just kind of wander through the garden. So it was not, but it was nice having y'all for company. There, we're gonna have a nice backdrop for the sign off. Plush Sabers, thanks for the follow. Simply Blacksmith, thanks for the follow. That was yesterday after stream, but before this. And Morgana Freya, thank you so much for the Prime resub. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can figure it how to raid from this, or maybe we just have to end. I don't know. I don't know. Rewards tipping. Oh, you know what? I bet I have to do it this way. Stream manager, there we go. Maybe later. Stream manager, there we go. Drop that volume off. And then nope, not that. What's that? You tried to make me do Arnie time. I'll have to give that back to you. 15 stream streak mustard. Heck yeah, buddy. Prediction, quick actions. Okay. So there's how we can rate out. I'm not sure. Happy birthday again. Thank you, Sky. Thanks for doing it. Glad I could be here for it. Dude, it was great chatting with you and showing off some stuff near home. So think you can do /raid channel them. Yeah, but I needed to see who else was live. And so I'm actually streaming from Streamlabs OBS and not Twitch. But I have this here. I can just go to my Twitch app dashboard. We can start the raid. Okay. Cool. And then we come over here to the chat. And let's see here. Well, it doesn't look like I can do my auto thing because I don't remember what it was. But instead, we'll go ahead and do this. We're just getting 3 hearts. Enjoy the rest of your birthday, dude. Thanks, Mustard. Y'all enjoy the rest of your days as well. Thanks for the follow, Maiko Kitsumi.